actually think we could actually be friends after this. You know what you're doing.
We need to save this for when the camera's
No, it's fine.
I think they're rolling right now.
It starts off camera, they're so panicked. And then as soon as they start talking to each other, you can see the tension change in the room. I mean, I was like a spectator for most of it, which was fantastic for me. Best bad blood will never die.
You know, this was the first time in my life that I've ever seen a fighter lose and then go on some type of victory tour. This guy.
No, there was
this
no.
guy was
there
going
was
to events.
There was no.
He was doing interviews.
Listen, we were
buying cars.
Chris, no, that was your car that you gave me. That was the 500 grand for your unprofessionalism that gave me that car.
You flew over to America. You're taking pictures of people. Oh, I'm so grateful for the love and the support the fans are showing me. You're going on like you won. You do understand you lost, right?
You want me to finish?
He had all 10 toenails.
First fight was
fight of the year contender. And for me, you're going to get exactly the same next time, but we just need a little bit more smartness from Conor Benn. The heart's great, but don't be so reckless and wild when you can outbox this guy. And he's brought in Eubank, one of the best trainers in the world.
Conor Benn confronts Chris Eubank Jr. in person after their press conference. But honestly, Benn's words sound more like excuses than conviction. He talks about respect, yet it's clear he's rattled. Eubank already broke him once. Now Benn's trying to convince himself more than anyone else.
To say there's been a lot of respect anyway. Personally, I don't like him. You know, he thought I was going to be an easy touch, which is why he fought a welterweight. So is there much respect there? Not really, but you know, ultimately, you know, I'm ready to honour my side of the agreement, which was the 2-fight deal. And it's safe to say he's scared. You know, he almost lost. Could have gone either way to a welterweight.
But when Chris Eubank Jr. responds, the energy completely shifts. Chris Eubank Jr. isn't just speaking with confidence, he's issuing a warning. He's telling Conor Benn, I've beaten you once, and this time I'll make it brutal. No hiding behind 12 rounds, I'm coming to shut you down early. That's a cold, direct threat, and Benn knows it.
I'm still gonna poke and prod, but the fact is, we created something special. We're gonna try and create something even more special November 15th. Animosity is still there, but it's not like it was before, where it was like, I've been waiting for 3 years to fight this guy, and I just wanna get my hands on him. I've got my hands on him now. I've beaten him. So now it's kind of like, all right, well, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it even better. Let's see what happens, you know? It's a different energy.
You see yourself knocking him out this time round?
I think so. That's the goal. That's going to be the game plan. I don't want to have another 12-round fight. So if I can get him out of there, I'm going to.
Carl Froch lays it out bluntly. This fight is personal. Benn's desperate to erase the loss, but Eubank Jr. is focused on legacy, not excuses. Doing it twice proves dominance. That hunger to cement it makes Chris look like the composed professional, while Benn is chasing shadows and pride.
For me, it's a fight that probably means a lot less for boxing than what it does for the actual fighters. You know, the fighters, for them, there's a lot at stake. Conor Benn wants to overturn the decision. And Chris Eubank wants to cement the decision, say, I've done it twice. Bottom line is, they're making big bunts, aren't they? Big dollar, and they might as well make money. These are prize fighters. We can't begrudge them making money fighting, because that's what they do. That's why they get in the ring.
And when Conor tries to fire back, his words feel weak compared to Eubank's authority. Conor Benn brushes it off, but his tone screams frustration. Talking about victim cards only shows he's rattled by Eubank's mind games. Chris slapped him, beat him, and still lives rent-free in his head. That's not control, that's damage. Eubank Jr. is dictating the fight before the bell even rings.
You could say the same when he slapped me, punched me, whatever it was. You know, it's like he's got to play this victim card. He needs to shift that victim mentality. Or it's the narrative he's pushing. So whatever he's doing, it really don't concern me, man.
Eddie Hearn jumps in, defending Benn, but his words sound more like damage control than conviction. He talks about zero respect, yet it's Eubank Jr. who already earned it in the ring. Hearn's trying to mask Benn's cracks, but you can't talk your way out of a beating.
Honestly, this guy has zero respect for anything. For anything. And I hope people can see through it. Some will, some won't. But if you can't see them, that's a lot of what happened up there was just wrong. So listen, we go to work and we're in to win the fight. It's going to be different this time.
Last one, how?
Even Eddie Hearn admits it. Ben's reckless, relying on raw aggression instead of calculated boxing. Winging away might work against journeymen, but against a disciplined operator like Chris Eubank Jr., it's suicide. Eubank's jab, his patience, and his ability to dictate distance will tear apart a brawler who leads with heart over head. Hearn practically confirms Ben can't win with emotion alone. He needs a miracle mix of brains and bravery, and that's where Ben falls short. His pride drags him into firefights, where Eubank thrives. When the promoter himself is urging caution, you know the fighter's flaws are glaring. Against Chris, being a little bit smart won't be enough. You need elite IQ, and Ben doesn't have it.
You know, Conor Benn's Conor Benn. But I want him just to be a little bit smarter. We can't, like Nigel said, he's just winging away. And the heart's great, the balls are great, but you can outbox this guy as well. You're going to have to stand and fight because he's going to try and walk you down and be the bigger man. But just be a little bit smart with it as well.
Chris Eubank Jr. delivers a brutal reality check. No sugarcoating, no theatrics, just cold truth. He strips away Ben's fake aura, calling him out as nothing more than hype, propped up by Eddie Hearn's spin. That sting hits hard because it's true. Ben isn't a champion, never was, and pretending to be the people's champ is laughable. Eubank's words carry authority because he's already proven his point inside the ring. When he calls Ben an embarrassment, it's not just trash talk, it's a statement backed by dominance. This is Eubank's strength, psychological warfare before fight night. By branding Ben as a fraud, he's exposing the cracks in his rival's mentality. Every insult lands like a jab, keeping Ben angry, reactive, and predictable. That's how a real fighter takes control.
But, you know, I'm gonna tell you right here and now, you ain't no champ. And you most definitely ain't no people's champ, so get that out of your head. You keep letting Eddie Hearn blow smoke up your ass and you're gonna end up being even more of an embarrassment than he is. These men are not men of the people. They are pretending. They're pretending to be the good guys. Wolves in sheep's clothing, if you will. They will do anything they can.
And yet, some analysts still believe Ben can turn it around, Johnny Nelson being one of them. Johnny Nelson offers a contrarian view, suggesting Ben has the edge for the rematch. But let's be honest, calling Eubank Jr. stiff is ignoring the reality of how that first fight unfolded. Eubank controlled the pace, neutralized Ben's wild charges, and proved superior in every department. If anything, it's Ben who hit a ceiling, not Chris. Nelson sees improvement for Ben, but improvement from reckless to slightly less reckless doesn't change the outcome. Experience, composure, and ring IQ, those intangibles belong to Eubank Jr. A second fight only widens the gap. Ben may last the distance, but surviving isn't winning. Fans don't want excuses or moral victories, they want dominance, and Chris has already delivered it once. Expect him to shut the door again.
I do see improvement there for Conor. And I do think the results will be different the other way around in the next fight. I think it'll go the distance all over again.
Tony Bellew sums it up perfectly. This isn't just a fight, it's a war loaded with pain, pride, and raw emotion. And that's exactly where Chris Eubank Jr. thrives. He embraces the pain, feeds off the rivalry, and turns pressure into fuel. Ben, on the other hand, looks like he's crumbling under the weight of expectation. Bellew admits the rivalry is real, but the difference is how each man carries it. Eubank is composed, businesslike, ready to embrace another brutal night. Ben, he's already admitted respect doesn't exist, and deep down, that's insecurity talking. The drama is there, the buildup is massive, but when the bell rings, it won't be about hype, it'll be about who's tougher, smarter, and colder under fire. And that's Eubank Jr. every single time.
It's not nice, it's one of the worst pains you'll ever have. But listen, it's being done. Some find it funny, some don't. It's all part and parcel. When you get involved in these kind of things, you have to just accept it. And everyone's bought into the fight. We all know the drama, the rivalry's real. My greatest worry is these two boys don't bump into each other when no one's around. Yeah, because if they do, it's happening. 100%. It's worse than that, mate. It's happening.
Jack Catterall's enthusiasm is clear. He calls the first clash unbelievable and tips Ben for the win. But let's break this down properly. Excitement is one thing, but analysis is another. Conor Benn being capable doesn't mean he will deliver. Capability without composure, without control, doesn't get it done against Chris Eubank Jr. The first fight showed exactly that. Benn brought fire, but fire alone burns out when faced with patience and precision. Catterall's backing of Benn sounds more like hopeful cheerleading than tactical breakdown. He's banking on passion over proven ability, and while Benn may land something heavy, he's already shown that his gas tank, defense, and temperament crumble under elite pressure. Eubank Jr., on the other hand, thrives in the heat, walking Benn down and breaking his will. Fans may want an upset, but logic points only one way towards another Eubank Jr. victory, perhaps even more decisive than before.
You know what, it was an unbelievable fight. I remember watching it, one of the best fights I've seen. I wasn't there live. I'd like to get to this next one, but I think it's not going to be another great fight, and I'm going for Conor Benn for the win.
Do you believe he stopped Eubank this time?
Definitely capable of it.
Barry Jones nails the truth. This rematch is brutal no matter what, but Eubank Jr. must still be the favorite. The first fight was tough, but Chris came out on top, proving he can endure punishment while still dictating the pace. That's what separates him from Benn. Barry admits the only way things swing differently is if there's a freak shot, a lucky punch early on. And that's the key. Benn's only real chance is a lottery swing. But boxing at this level isn't about gambling, it's about consistency, stamina, and mindset. Eubank Jr. has already shown his resilience, already displayed his ability to drag Benn into deep waters and drown him. If fight 1 was hard, fight 2 will be harder, especially for Benn, who now carries the added weight of desperation. Barry's hesitant conclusion still tilts the scales in Eubank's favor, and rightly so. The odds don't lie. Chris is built for nights like this.
And so this fight can only harm him. Because that was a hard fight, the first one. This one will be another hard fight, whoever wins, unless there's a real freak occurrence, not a freak occurrence, unless someone gets caught with the shot really early, then it's going to be a hard night. Which you still have to make Eubank the favourite again, like I did the first time.
Barry Jones nails the truth. This rematch is brutal no matter what, but Eubank Jr. must still be the favorite. The first fight was tough, but Chris came out on top, proving he can endure punishment while still dictating the pace. That's what separates him from Benn. Barry admits the only way things swing differently is if there's a freak shot, a lucky punch early on. And that's the key. Benn's only real chance is a lottery swing. But boxing at this level isn't about gambling, it's about consistency, stamina, and mindset. Eubank Jr. has already shown his resilience, already displayed his ability to drag Benn into deep waters and drown him. If fight 1 was hard, fight 2 will be harder, especially for Benn, who now carries the added weight of desperation. Barry's hesitant conclusion still tilts the scales in Eubank's favor, and rightly so. The odds don't lie. Chris is built for nights like this.